Hi guys, Frank here with Build Your Own, and this is my 2005 Volkswagen New Beetle Turbo. And in this video, we're going to have a stainless steel footrest pedal installed at Dick Hannah Volkswagen over in Vancouver, Washington. This stainless steel footrest fits all Volkswagen Beetle, Beetle Convertible, Jetta, and Jetta Wagons between 1998 and 2010. Here's a better way to protect the driver's side left footwell carpet area from wear with the metal sport design footrest. Heavy brushed metal surface, has raised rubber linear pads for firm support, and it looks a lot better than the factory footrest. Here's the factory footrest over here. This is the upgraded one that I got from the dealer, and it also matches these pedals that I recently installed. And I also just put these new mats in too. Also, all these are dealer items that you can get from any Volkswagen dealer. So we're gonna go down to the dealership and have them install this foot pedal. I really don't want to start digging in here with these clips and the plastic. I prefer to work on my truck over the Beetle. We're also going to have these H&R Sport Springs installed on the car. Actually, the front springs have already been installed, so today we'll have the rear springs installed over at Keller Exhaust in Boring, Oregon. This is the same place I took the truck to have the catalytic converter installed. I don't think he normally installs springs, but I called him up and asked him if he would, and he said yes. So we're gonna go over there. These springs lower the front end by 1.4 inches and the rear end by 1.2 inches. So here's a nice close-up look of the shocks, or the springs. And these springs, actually, the ones on the outside, these are actually the factory springs for the front. And they've already been changed out. These are just the factory ones left over. These are the H&R springs. You can see they have a H&R springs, they have a tighter wind on them. And you can see it actually says H&R. So these are the rears, and they're gonna go on the car today. And yeah, it's gonna minimize all that wheel well gap and set the car down a little bit, and it's gonna help it handle just that much better. So here's what H&R says about their springs. Their sport spring kits are their #1 selling product. They enhance the look of your vehicle with a reduced fender well gap. We just kind of actually looked at that. The H&R Sport Springs lower the vehicle center of gravity and reduce body roll for better handling. The progressive spring rate design provides superb ride quality and comfort. A lower wind resistance signature will make the vehicle more streamlined and improve gas mileage. If you're only looking to improve one part of your vehicle's suspension, you cannot go wrong with installing Sport Springs. They say they're fun to drive, and H&R Sport Springs are the #1 upgrade for your vehicle. Okay, so we got everything in the car. Let's wipe down the Beetle and head over to the dealer. And let's also put on the driving shoes, because I like how they give you the good support on the heel there, particularly the gas pedal, because you know, you sit at that angle like that and it just feels very comfortable on my heel. Here we can see the old shifter boot that I replaced already on the Beetle. I'll link to this video down in the description below. Okay, so we got the baby Porsche all wiped down. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this camera here and I'm gonna mount it up here on the dash. I'm trying some new format for when I drive. If you like that, definitely give me a thumbs up. So I'm gonna put this up on the dash, and let's head over to Vancouver and get this footrest pedal replaced. All right guys, we're here at Dick Hannah Volkswagen in Vancouver, and we're gonna get that footrest, stainless steel footrest installed right now, and I'm gonna hang out and wait. And while we hang out and wait, let's actually take a look at some new Volkswagens. I don't know if you ever follow any videos on my channel, but I also do build and price reviews of new cars, up to and including Volkswagens, and I actually obviously like Volkswagens. That's a Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport right there. There's a new Jetta. There's a row of Jettas right there. They've got some used cars over here that are pretty cool. What else we got over here? Yeah, a few Jettas. You know what I really like? I like the Arteon. Let's find an Arteon. Now there's a very nice Audi. I mean Volkswagen Arteon. It's really, really nice. About $44,000. Beautiful in red. That is a good looking car. Well, they don't have a whole bunch of inventory. I don't really feel like walking all over the dealership today, and I don't think it's going to take very long to get that footrest installed. So I'm just gonna hang out. Check it out, guys. It's already installed. It literally took the guy about 5 minutes. So I still need to pay for it, and then we're out of here. Okay, guys, so super cool. I went to go pay. The guy, Ryan, the service guy, said no charge. So that was super awesome. So big shout out to Dick Hannah Volkswagen in Vancouver. There's the new stainless steel footrest. Here's the old one. It took him a couple of minutes. I didn't want to break that clip. I didn't want to mess around with it. I'm glad that I came over here. There's a lot of traffic to drive back, but it was worth it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is jump back on the highway and head over to Boring, Oregon, and get those rear springs put on the car. Okay guys, we're down here at Keller Exhaust in Boring, Oregon. We've got the springs, they're ready to go. I just pulled the car onto the lift. The truck was just sitting on this lift just on Saturday. So here the Beetle is, and we're gonna go ahead and swap out those factory rear springs for those H&R Sport Springs. All right, we got the Beetle up in the air, and so he says it's a pretty straightforward job. I think we've got to drop some supports here to get to this spring. This bottom end kind of drops out. We're going to try to catch the angles on that so we can actually see how it works. I've never actually looked underneath this Beetle. Let's have a little root around. I know that the catalytic converter, and this one's got two. I think one of them was replaced. I thought there was two. Did I just see a leak there? Maybe, maybe not. I have been running the AC, so that could just be condensation. It's very warm out today. So yeah, we'll get this handled. So again, for the second time, I'm down here at Keller Exhaust. This time I'm getting springs on the Beetle, but the first time I was down here, got the catalytic converter for the truck. The owner's name is John, super cool guy. I suggest that if you have any exhaust related things, definitely give him a call if you're in the Portland area. Super nice guy.
So don't live underneath that thing.
Okay, so I think he's got the stand set now. And so he's ready to do the next step, I think. And so as you lower the car down onto that, it drops the carrier down, huh?
Yep.
Or it pivots down.
Release.
Look at that. Look at that. You can just take those springs right out. They're gonna fall right out of there.
Are they all ready to fall?
They're about ready to fall out of there.
Doing the work for me.
You got the bump stops at the top. Is that what you call those?
Yeah. Well, they're not a bump stop. They're an isolator.
And this is why you let professionals do it. Trying to do this. Trying to do this myself would have been a nightmare, just like the catalytic converter. Is that the same way you'd probably get the shocks out too then, I suppose?
No, the shocks you can
pull up. Okay. Oh,
That's why I
right.
can push them up so easy.
Yeah.
Like if you get a...
They're kind of done, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that'll be next.
Factory ones are never great to begin with.
All right.
So like a good KYB or Bilstein.
Gotcha.
That would really, you
That'll be next. That'll be coming soon.
It'd be money well spent.
She's all done, just like that. Does it sit a little bit lower? Yeah, maybe it sits. There's a little less gap in that wheel well, I think. More importantly, it's gonna feel a lot better. Honestly, it's gonna feel a lot better. Okay, I definitely think the car is definitely sitting lower. I can see it now. It's got a much better stance. It actually looks a little squatted in the back. I'm super excited to give it a drive. So let's just drive it back, and I'll let you know my thoughts, and then we'll go ahead and wrap the video up. Okay, so we made it back from our drive. We went over to Vancouver, got the stainless steel footrest. Then we went over to John's at Keller Exhaust, and he threw these H&R Springs on for us. You can see how the ride height is. It looks a lot better. The car looks super, super sporty. I still need to do some more driving, of course, because I didn't have a chance to hit all the twisties that I wanted to hit, but I can tell that the car drives good. It feels very OE, no squeaks, no dings, no squeaking or anything, rattles or anything coming from the back end. Feels fine, nice and quiet. And then, of course, like I said, we got the stainless steel dead pedal on there, and that looks good. And this is how, if you had a Volkswagen Beetle Turbo S, yes, they made a Turbo S. This is a turbo. You'd have a 6-speed manual transmission. This one has a 5, and you'd have this whole pedal set as standard. And so I wanted to have this whole pedal set on this Beetle, so it was more closely matched to a Turbo S. I actually wouldn't mind getting a Turbo S. They're hard to come by, but maybe. But on that note, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. So if you found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna put the playlist to this Beetle down in the description below, because I'm starting to build up quite a few videos. So if you like the Beetle, check out some of those other videos.